You will keep in perfect peace him whose mind is steadfast because he trusts in you. Isaiah 26:3. Peace is not merely a distant goal we seek, but a means by which we arrive at the goal. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm going to open up today with a story about peace. Short story. A story called Perfect Peace. So there once was a king who offered a prize to the artist who would paint the best picture of peace. So many across the land applied, and the king narrowed it down to 2 artists. And he thoroughly reviewed these 2 paintings. One picture was of a calm lake. The lake was perfect. It mirrored the peaceful mountains that were surrounding it on all sides. Overhead was a wonderful blue sky, if you can imagine it, with fluffy white clouds. All who saw this painting knew it was the perfect capture of peace. The other picture had mountains too, but they were rugged and bare. Above was an angry sky from which rain fell. Not too hard for us to picture that right now. In which lightning played. Down the side of the mountain tumbled a foaming waterfall. This didn't look peaceful at all. But when the king looked, he saw behind the waterfall a tiny crack, and a bush was growing in that crack in the rock. In the bush, a mother bird had built her nest. There, in the midst of the rush of angry water, sat the mother bird on her nest. Perfect peace. Which picture do you think the king chose? Which one?
The second one.
The second one. Yes, because you're a wise woman. And this is why, he said. Peace does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. Peace means to be in the midst of all these things and still be calm in your heart. That is the meaning of perfect peace. So peace then is independent of the moment or our circumstances. Peace can be seen as a skill that can be learned through practice. So you know the best thing you can do if you're not feeling peaceful today, or if you're feeling anxious or frustrated or sad, the best thing you can do is reach out and try to give somebody peace. A couple weeks back, 4 weeks back, I visited a doctor's office, had to have some tests, and the woman behind the desk, she was in a challenging mood. She was in a sour mood. She seemed hardened. And since I was nervous for the reasons that I was there, I didn't know what I could give her. I didn't know. I felt kind of empty, you know? But I decided that I would give what I could. And that was kindness in my voice, calm, slow gestures, an understanding or empathetic attitude towards her. I don't know what she's going through. Maybe she just lost somebody. Maybe she was told today's her last day. Maybe she doesn't have enough money to pay the rent. I don't know. It didn't seem to make much difference that day. I went, got my test done, left, said thank you, but I had to return 2 days later. And when I did, I couldn't recognize the same woman. She didn't appear to have any of the characteristics of the woman I met just 2 days earlier. She was pleasant, almost as if she wanted to make sure that I felt comfortable that day. Like I really got that feeling, you know, when people go out of their way. I couldn't understand it. And I can't say for sure if anything I did 2 days earlier had anything to do with that. But what I can tell you is it made me feel better about her, and it made me feel better about myself at the time. And I know for sure that as energetic beings, on some level, she has to have felt that. So at the very least, it could not have hurt. Best case, this small gesture of speaking low and gentle movements and smiling and being as kind as I could, knees shaking, fears or whatever, impacted this woman. What a wonderful gift. What a wonderful gift. The Christmas and holiday season, for most, is associated with physical gift giving, right? We give gifts. We have Black Friday, we have Small Business Saturday, we have Cyber Monday, right? Gifts are opened, and in most cases, happiness is felt by both giver and receiver. But the novelty of most physical gifts, in my experience, big or small, not all, but in most cases, it wears off after a while, doesn't it? It loses its zing. But what often remains are the feelings of thoughtfulness, appreciation, and love. Those things tend to live on. I'm sure if I asked you, you could all call up at a time in your mind where you remember that. Somebody was so thoughtful. They remembered something that you said to me like 5 months ago, and they gave you that gift, or it was just perfect for you. They really know you. I mean, it's what the gift represents, right? It's not the gift, it's what it represents. You took the time. You care about me. I care about you. Those things live on. So this season, here's our challenge. Give the gift of you as a peacemaker in the world. I promise you that gift lives on. To yourself and to those you love, and for some extra goodwill. How about extending it to people you feel neutral about, and those you even have a challenge with? Even if we have no means by which to purchase a physical gift this year, we all have the ability to be mighty peacemakers. We all have the ability. Stomach ache, anxious, not enough money in the bank, don't drive the car you want, don't have a job, have the wrong job, not in the right relationship, not in a relationship, want to get out of a relationship. We all have the ability, where we stand, to extend love, peace, and courtesy to someone else. Spirit is always with us. We are never left alone. Shaking in the car, feeling real crappy, you got the bag in case you're going to become ill. Spirit is always here. Even in those times, if I reach for my peace, it's almost like the same thing. That seed, right, that mustard seed worth of faith, reach out in that mustard seed's worth of commitment to my peace, and peace I shall have. It might not be that moment right then, but it's in that moment that the seed starts to get planted and things start to change. The things that are permanent are the things that we can rely upon. God's love, God's power, God's protection.